The galaxy was quiet in the sector near the neutral zones. Alien fleets patrolled slowly, confident that nothing could challenge their authority. The Galaxy Council believed the humans were weak and isolated, still focused on their own planet, never expecting Earth to have secret power far beyond their imagination. Far from the Council's sight, hidden in the dark space near a small, uncharted star system, Earth's warship prepared for its first move. Commander Hagen stood on the bridge of the warship, looking out through the reinforced glass at the stars. He was a tall man with sharp eyes, calm in moments when others would panic. Beside him, pilot Jisoo adjusted the controls, her hands steady and precise. Engineer Mina monitored the ship systems, ensuring the warp engines were ready for sudden jumps. Each of them knew the weight of what they were about to do. Earth was sending a message to the galaxy, and failure was not an option. The humans had spent decades building the warship in secrecy. It was called Aurora's Wrath, a massive vessel with advanced weapons and technology far beyond what the Council had ever seen. Its hull could withstand energy blasts that would destroy other ships, and its cloaking systems made it invisible to even the most advanced alien sensors. No one in the Galaxy Council suspected the scale of Earth's preparation. The humans had learned from watching the Council for years. They knew every weakness, every standard tactic, and had built Aurora's Wrath to exploit them. The ship waited silently, orbiting a small, dead moon where the gravitational pull was just enough to mask its presence. Hagen checked the communications channels one last time. All channels were secure, and no signals were being sent to Earth. The operation was entirely under their control, and the element of surprise was crucial. Meanwhile, in the Galaxy Council's central command station, the alien leaders were engaged in a heated discussion. They were debating trade agreements and sector patrols, entirely unaware of the human threat that was so close to them. The Council consisted of many species, each proud and confident in their abilities. They never imagined that humans could challenge their authority so directly. Back on the warship, Mina turned to Hagen and said, "Systems are all green. Warp drives are ready. Weapons are calibrated." Hagen nodded. "Good. We enter their space on my signal. Remember, precision and speed are key. No unnecessary engagement. We hit their communications first. We make them realize Earth is not to be ignored." Jisoo smiled slightly. "Let's give them a show they won't forget." The ship lurched slightly as the warp engines engaged. In a blink, Aurora's Wrath vanished from its hiding spot and appeared near the outer edges of the Council's fleet. Alien sensors registered nothing until it was almost too late. Panic spread among the Council ships as they detected a massive vessel appearing from nowhere. The fleet scrambled, trying to identify the intruder. Hagen watched carefully. Target their communications array. Minimal destruction, maximum impact. We need them talking to each other, confused and afraid. The weapon systems hummed as beams of energy cut through the Council's defensive shields. Communication hubs on several ships were destroyed almost simultaneously, leaving the Council fleets in chaos. Alien leaders shouted orders that were ignored or misinterpreted. The humans moved with precision, hitting only what was necessary and leaving the rest untouched. Their goal was not total destruction yet, but to make the Council fear what Earth could unleash. Jisoo maneuvered the warship with skill, dodging incoming fire that was slow and ineffective against Aurora's Wrath. Every move the humans made was calculated. They were not only demonstrating power but also intelligence and strategy, things the Council had often underestimated in humans. Mina monitored the engines, ready to jump to another location at a moment's notice. "Commander, incoming cruiser on our port side. They are trying to flank us." Hagen smiled faintly. "Let them come. I want them to see the full extent of our speed and agility." Jisoo tilted the ship, dodging the enemy fire with grace. Aurora's Wrath's weapons responded quickly, disabling the cruiser without destroying the entire vessel. It floated helpless, its systems down, giving the humans a chance to send a clear message. Earth was ready and willing to fight if necessary. The alien fleets were in shock. No species had ever faced such sudden precision and cunning. They had expected humans to be primitive, weak, and slow, but the humans had shattered every assumption. The council convened immediately, trying to understand what had happened and who could have done such a thing. Reports from their fleets came in, fragmented and confused. Fear began to spread in the council chambers. Meanwhile, Hagen ordered the warship to retreat temporarily, cloaking it again and disappearing from view. "Let them regroup and talk amongst themselves," he said. "We've made our point. They now know humans are not to be underestimated." The alien leaders argued for hours, trying to decipher what they had seen. They realized that humans had technology they could not yet understand, tactics that defied traditional warfare, and the courage to challenge an entire galaxy council. Rumors would spread quickly, and fear would follow. That was exactly what the humans wanted. On the warship, Hagen, Jisu, and Mina watched from the bridge as the council sector remained in chaos. "They think they are untouchable," Hagen said quietly. "We will teach them that Earth is stronger than they ever imagined." Mina nodded. "We showed them a part of our power, but there is much more to come." Jisu looked out at the stars, feeling both excitement and responsibility. "This is just the beginning. The galaxy will remember today." Aurora's wrath slipped back into the darkness of space, its presence a ghostly reminder that humans had arrived. The council would be forced to acknowledge Earth's hidden strength, and the humans had begun their first step toward changing the balance of power in the galaxy. In the hidden bases on Earth, other humans watched transmissions of the strike with pride and hope. They had built not just a warship, but a symbol of their determination. The galaxy had underestimated humans for too long, and now the council would learn that Earth was ready to defend itself and assert its place among the stars. The stars glimmered silently as Aurora's wrath continued its journey, ready to strike again when the time came. The humans had begun their story among the stars, and the galaxy would never forget the day Earth's secret warship emerged from nowhere. Aurora's wrath moved silently through the darkness of space, its massive hull reflecting distant starlight. Commander Hagen stood at the bridge, his eyes scanning the viewscreen. Reports had come in from distant sectors, showing that the initial strike had sent the Galaxy Council into confusion. Many of their ships were still trying to regroup, and communications were weak or broken. The humans had struck quickly and decisively, leaving the Council unprepared for any retaliation. Pilot Jisu adjusted the navigation controls, her hands moving deftly. "We are entering the outer perimeter of their command fleet," she said. "Sensors show a few cruisers trying to chase us, but they are still disorganized." Engineer Mina checked the power levels. "Energy reserves are stable. Shields are at full capacity, weapons are ready. We can engage if necessary." Hagen nodded. "Good. Our objective is to continue disrupting their coordination, not destroy everything. Make them fear humans without showing our full power yet." As the warship emerged near the council fleet, alien ships detected the humans once more. Panic spread quickly among the alien commanders. Many had never imagined that a single human vessel could appear so boldly in the midst of their formation. Orders were shouted, but confusion slowed any effective response. The humans moved with precision, exploiting every gap in their defenses. The humans targeted council communications first, disabling several key relay satellites and warship signal hubs. Without communications, the council's fleet struggled to respond, and their formations fell apart. Hagen smiled. "Just as we planned. Let them see that their coordination is fragile. Let them feel the fear." Jisu maneuvered Aurora's wrath around a small asteroid field, dodging beams of energy fired from alien cruisers. Each movement was calculated. She had trained for years to handle the ship with skill, responding to attacks instinctively. The aliens had speed, but the humans had strategy. Their moves were unpredictable and precise. Mina monitored the systems, keeping the engine stable for sudden jumps if needed. "Commander, another fleet is approaching from the northern sector. They are bringing larger ships. Their numbers are increasing." Hagen considered this. "We expected reinforcements. Keep calm. We don't need to engage all of them. Just make sure our path is clear and strike at the right targets." The humans struck quickly, using their superior knowledge of alien tactics to create traps and distractions. Alien ships pursued false signals while Aurora's wrath slipped past them, disabling key weapons and systems. Each strike was minimal, precise, and intentional. The humans wanted to show power without unnecessary destruction, keeping the Council guessing about their full capabilities. In one intense maneuver, a squadron of alien fighters tried to flank the warship. Jisu's hands flew over the controls. She tilted the ship and executed a sudden burst through a narrow asteroid corridor. Alien fighters followed, unaware of the trap. Aurora's wrath's energy beams disabled their engines, leaving them drifting and powerless. Heijian's strategy was clear: show human skill and intelligence without overextending. The Council's Central Command received scattered reports. Confusion and panic spread among their ranks. They had no idea how to handle the humans. Fear grew as their leaders realized that a single human ship had not only survived but dominated multiple skirmishes with minimal effort. The idea that humans were weak had been shattered. Meanwhile, humans on Earth monitored the operation. Young officers and scientists watched with pride as Aurora's wrath executed each maneuver flawlessly. Communications between the ship and Earth remained encrypted and silent to the Council. The humans were proving that they were capable of strategic operations in deep space, a revelation no one could have expected. Heijian addressed the crew. "Keep moving. We need to disrupt the Council's central fleet. Focus on their weapon systems and supply lines. Minimal destruction, maximum fear." The warship moved like a shadow through the Council sector, its presence terrifying the aliens. They could not predict where it would strike next. Every attack was precise and calculated, designed to paralyze the Council's fleet and erode their confidence. The humans were not only strong but intelligent, able to outthink an entire galaxy's leaders. As the battle continued, Jisu spotted a large Council cruiser attempting a direct assault. She quickly calculated an evasive route. "Commander, they are trying to ram us. Shields can take it, but we need a counterattack." Heijian nodded. "Prepare energy nets. We will disable, not destroy. Show them humans are in control." Mina adjusted the power flow to the nets. Ready in 30 seconds. The alien cruiser charged, but Aurora's wrath released energy nets that wrapped around the vessel. Its engines and weapons were disabled instantly. The cruiser floated helplessly, a clear message to the Council. Humans were superior in both skill and technology. Alien commanders scrambled for answers. Some suggested negotiating with humans, others proposed retreat. Fear dominated their decision-making. Heijian and his team had achieved exactly what they wanted. The Council now feared a power they had once dismissed. The humans decided to retreat temporarily, cloaking Aurora's wrath once again. They moved silently, letting the Council regroup and spread fear among their fleets. The warship had demonstrated strength without complete destruction, leaving the aliens uncertain and anxious. Heijian looked at the view screen. "We have done well today. The Council will now know that humans are not to be underestimated. Our job is to show them that Earth is a force to be respected, not ignored." Jisu smiled. "We've made our point. The galaxy will be talking about this for a long time." Mina nodded, checking the systems one last time before the ship slipped into the shadows. "We have shown a fraction of our power. The rest is still hidden, waiting for the right time." Aurora's wrath disappeared into deep space, leaving the Council fleet in confusion and fear. Humans had proven that strategy, intelligence, and courage could defeat even the most powerful fleets. The galaxy had begun to take notice of Earth's hidden might, and the humans had started their path to becoming a respected power among the stars. On Earth, the news of the first successful strike spread quietly among the secret military bases. Scientists, engineers, and officers celebrated the precision and courage of the crew. Aurora's wrath had become more than a ship. It was a symbol of human ingenuity, unity, and determination. Heijian, Jisu, and Mina prepared for the next move. They knew that the Council would recover and attempt retaliation, but the humans were ready. Each of them understood the importance of patience, strategy, and intelligence. The first strike had been a warning, but the humans had only just begun to demonstrate their full capabilities. The stars glimmered quietly as Aurora's wrath moved through the void. His presence was a silent threat to any who dared challenge Earth. Humans had entered the galactic stage with a message. They were not to be ignored, and they were ready to fight if necessary. The Council would learn that day, and many days to come, that humans were a force unlike any other, cunning, skilled, and unyielding in their determination. Aurora's wrath continued to move through the outer regions of the galaxy, its presence like a shadow among the stars. Commander Hagen stood on the bridge, reviewing the latest intelligence. Reports showed that the Galaxy Council was regrouping, gathering fleets from several sectors in hopes of striking back at the humans. The aliens were anxious, unsure of how to handle a single ship that had disrupted their command so completely. Pilot Jisoo adjusted the controls as the warship moved into a new sector. "Sensors show Council fleets forming in the northern quadrant," she said. "They are trying to cut us off." Engineer Mina checked the systems. "Weapons and shields are at full capacity. Engines can handle high-speed maneuvers. We are ready for any engagement." Hagen nodded. "Good. Our objective now is to maintain pressure. Let them feel the humans' strength and intelligence. We don't need to destroy everything. Fear and uncertainty are just as effective." The humans had learned much from observing the Council. They knew the weaknesses, the common strategies, and the predictable responses of many alien species. Using this knowledge, Aurora's wrath moved quickly and silently, striking only when it had full advantage. Alien ships that attempted to respond were met with unexpected tactics, precise attacks, and sudden retreats that left them disoriented. A squadron of alien fighters tried to approach the warship from multiple angles. Jisoo skillfully piloted through a field of small asteroids, using the natural cover to avoid detection. The fighters followed, but the humans had prepared a trap. Energy nets shot out from Aurora's wrath, ensnaring the ships and disabling their engines. The fighters floated helplessly, showing the Council that humans could control the battlefield without extreme destruction. Hagen looked at the screens, observing the confusion in the Council fleets. "Every move we make teaches them something. They are beginning to realize humans are not to be underestimated." Mina adjusted the power flow to the shields and weapons. "Commander, there are reinforcements from the southern sector. Larger cruisers are approaching." Hagen considered the situation. "Let them come. We don't need to engage them all at once. We will create opportunities, strike key systems, and disappear before they can respond. Let them fear the unknown." Aurora's wrath executed a series of sudden warp jumps, appearing in multiple locations around the Council fleet. The aliens were forced to scatter, unsure of where the humans would strike next. Each jump was precise, designed to disable communication arrays, weapon systems, and supply hubs. The humans showed that strategy and intelligence could defeat raw numbers. Meanwhile, in the Council command chambers, alien leaders argued and shouted, trying to regain control. Many were filled with fear, realizing that their previous assumptions about humans were false. The humans were not weak, not disorganized, and not slow. They were a force of skill, intelligence, and courage, capable of challenging even the largest fleets. On Aurora's wrath, the human crew worked in unison. Jisoo piloted with skill, Mina monitored every system, and Hagen coordinated their attacks. Each action was deliberate, calculated, and purposeful. They were not only striking at enemy fleets, but also at the Council's confidence and pride. Humans were showing the galaxy that they could not be ignored. An alien cruiser attempted to ram Aurora's wrath, hoping to disable it with brute force. Jisoo reacted quickly, maneuvering the ship to avoid collision. At the same time, energy beams from Aurora's wrath disabled the cruiser's engines and weapons. The alien vessel floated helplessly, a clear demonstration of human superiority in tactics and technology. Hagen addressed his team. "We are making progress. Keep pressure on their systems. Let them feel the power of human strategy. Fear is the tool we use now." The Council fleet continued to struggle, unable to organize an effective counterattack. Their ships were outmaneuvered, their systems disabled, and their communication lines severed. Panic spread among the alien commanders. They were beginning to see humans not as a primitive species, but as a force that could dominate the battlefield with intelligence and precision. Aurora's wrath then moved to a central sector of the Council's formation. Using advanced targeting systems, the humans disabled multiple weapons arrays and energy conduits. Alien ships tried to respond, but every maneuver was anticipated and countered. The Council realized that they were facing a species that had studied them thoroughly, learning their patterns and weaknesses. Back on Earth, scientists and military officers watched the operation unfold. They were proud of the crew's precision and skill. Aurora's wrath had become more than a warship. It was a symbol of human ingenuity, coordination, and determination. The humans were proving to the galaxy that they were a species capable of mastering space warfare with intelligence and strategy. Hagen looked at the stars, feeling both responsibility and determination. This is only the beginning. We will continue to show the Council what humans can do. They will learn to respect Earth. Jisoo nodded. Every move we make now shapes the future. They will remember this day. Mina checked the systems one last time. The warship is ready for anything. We have only shown a fraction of our power. Aurora's wrath slipped back into the shadows of space, cloaked and hidden once again. The humans had achieved their goal, to disrupt the Council, demonstrate their strength, and instill fear. The Council fleets remained in confusion, trying to understand a force they had underestimated for too long. The humans had shown that strategy, intelligence, and courage could overcome even the greatest numbers. Aurora's wrath had proven that Earth was no longer a weak planet in the galaxy. It was a force capable of defending itself and shaping the future of the stars. As the stars glimmered silently, Hagen, Jisoo, and Mina prepared for their next operation. They knew that the Council would recover and try to respond, but the humans were ready. Each of them understood the importance of patience, timing, and precision. The galaxy was beginning to recognize that humans were not just survivors, they were masters of strategy, and their emergence had changed the balance of power forever. Aurora's wrath moved silently in the darkness of deep space, its massive hull hidden from alien sensors by advanced cloaking technology. Commander Hagen stood at the bridge, watching distant stars, thinking about the Council and the chaos humans had caused. The initial attacks had shaken the Council, but he knew that the aliens would recover if humans did not stay ahead. This was a war of intelligence and timing as much as of firepower. Pilot Jisoo adjusted the navigation controls. Commander, sensors detect Council scouts trying to locate us in this sector. They are probing for our position, but they have no idea where we are. Engineer Mina monitored the energy systems. The cloaking device is functioning perfectly. We can stay hidden while gathering intelligence or planning the next strike. Hagen nodded. Good. Let's make sure the next strike is decisive. We need them to fear humans not just for power, but for strategy. As the warship glided through space, a holographic display showed the hidden human bases on Earth. These bases had built Aurora's wrath in secrecy, developing technology far beyond what the Council had imagined. Scientists and engineers worked for decades in isolated orbital platforms and underground factories. Each system of the warship, from its weapons to its cloaking and warp engines, represented years of research and human ingenuity. Mina spoke softly, almost to herself. The Council has no idea how advanced we are. They think humans are primitive, but they have never seen anything like this. Hagen turned to her. Exactly. They underestimate humans, and that gives us the advantage. The Council believes in numbers and brute force, but we have skill, strategy, and intelligence. That is more powerful than any fleet of cruisers. Meanwhile, the Council was struggling to rebuild order. Their fleets were scattered, and communication between their sectors was slow and unreliable. Panic had spread among many commanders, and rumors of humans' power were causing hesitation in fleets that were usually decisive and aggressive. Some Council leaders argued for negotiations, others for retaliation, but none had a clear plan to counter humans' unpredictable tactics. Aurora's wrath moved toward the Council's northern supply lines, a weak point that humans had identified during years of observation. Heijin had studied countless battle simulations and alien strategies, predicting their movements and exploiting their assumptions. Humans knew that fear could be as effective as weapons, and they planned to show it. Jisoo piloted the ship with skill, weaving through asteroid fields and avoiding patrol routes. They approached the supply fleet, which was heavily armed but slow and uncoordinated. Heijin gave the order: target their engines and communication hubs. Disable them, don't destroy. Make them know they are vulnerable. Energy beams shot out from Aurora's wrath, hitting the supply ship's engines and key systems. Alien ships began drifting, unable to move or communicate effectively. Panic spread among the Council fleets as they realized that humans could appear anywhere, strike precisely, and vanish without warning. The humans had mastered the art of psychological warfare as much as physical combat. Mina monitored the systems, keeping the ship ready for sudden jumps. Commander, Council reinforcements are moving faster than expected. They might try to flank us. Heijin studied the situation. Let them. We will not meet them head-on. Use the warp drives to create confusion. Let them chase shadows while we disable key targets. The fear will spread faster than their fleet can respond. Jisoo maneuvered Aurora's wrath with skill, using sudden jumps and unexpected angles to confuse the alien fleets. Every move demonstrated humans' understanding of strategy and coordination. Alien commanders were forced to react to unpredictable attacks, never able to fully counter the humans' tactics. Back on Earth, scientists and officers watched the live feeds from Aurora's wrath. They marveled at the precision and skill of the crew. Humans had shown that technology combined with intelligence could overcome brute strength and superior numbers. Each successful maneuver reinforced the idea that Earth was now a serious power in the galaxy. Heijin addressed the crew. We have shown them part of our strength. The Council now knows that humans can think, plan, and act with precision. That knowledge will make them cautious, and caution is our advantage. Jisoo smiled. We are teaching them to respect humans without destroying everything. That is clever warfare. Mina nodded. And the best part is we still have most of our power hidden. They have no idea what Earth is truly capable of. Aurora's wrath moved silently, gathering intelligence and observing Council fleets from hidden positions. Humans studied their tactics, waiting for the right moment to strike again. Heijin knew that the next move would be critical. The Council had learned fear, but humans had to show consistency, intelligence, and strategy to cement their reputation as a force that could not be ignored. The Council fleets remained in confusion, unable to coordinate effectively. Humans had shown them that their assumptions were wrong, and the realization was spreading through every sector. Fear and respect were beginning to replace arrogance and overconfidence. Aurora's wrath had become a symbol of what humans could accomplish when intelligence, skill, and courage combined. Heijin looked at the stars and thought of Earth. Humans had built more than just a warship. They had built hope, unity, and a demonstration of their potential. The galaxy had been warned, and the Council would never forget the day that Earth's secret warship emerged from the shadows. Jisoo and Mina continued their work, keeping the ship ready for any eventuality. Each knew that human success depended not just on power, but on patience, strategy, and careful observation. Aurora's wrath was a weapon, but also a lesson. Humans could challenge any power with intelligence and courage. As Aurora's wrath slipped into the darkness, its presence remained a silent threat to the Council fleets. Humans had begun to write their story among the stars, and every movement, every calculated strike, reinforced the message. Earth was not to be underestimated. The galaxy was slowly learning that humans were not just survivors. They were masters of strategy, patience, and precision, and their rise had only just begun. Aurora's wrath hovered in deep space, cloaked in the dark silence between stars. Commander Heijin studied the Council's fleet movements, noting that confusion and fear had spread among them. The humans had disrupted communications, disabled supply lines, and shown the Council the reach of Earth's hidden strength. Now, it was time to deliver the final decisive strike, ensuring that humans would be remembered as a force not to be challenged. Pilot Jisoo adjusted the controls carefully. Commander, The Council has gathered a large fleet near the central hub. Their numbers are significant, but they are scattered and disorganized. Engineer Mina monitored the engines and weapons. All systems are ready. Shields at maximum, weapons calibrated. We can strike with full power if needed. Hagen nodded. Good. Our strategy is simple. Disable their command and key cruisers, then retreat. Make them understand that humans are unstoppable when organized and determined. The warship emerged suddenly near the central hub, catching the Council by surprise. Alien ships scrambled to respond, but their disorganization and confusion from previous strikes made their movements ineffective. Aurora's Wrath moved with precision, targeting the command ships first. Energy beams disabled communications arrays, leaving fleet commanders unable to coordinate. Panic spread quickly as alien crews struggled to understand what was happening. Hagen observed the results with satisfaction. Their fleet is panicked. We have control of the battle. Remember, disable, do not destroy unless necessary. Show them our power without overextending. Jisu piloted Aurora's Wrath through a cluster of alien cruisers, dodging beams and missiles. Each movement was calculated to confuse and intimidate. They used sudden warp jumps to strike from unexpected directions, ensuring that the Council could never predict the humans' next move. Humans had mastered the art of space warfare, combining technology, intelligence, and strategy to achieve victory. Mina adjusted the power flow to weapons and shields. Commander, the Council is attempting to regroup and counterattack from the eastern sector. They are sending multiple cruisers. Hagen smiled. Let them. We will meet them with precision, not force. Every move should reinforce their fear of humans. We control the battle in their minds as much as in space. Aurora's Wrath released energy nets that disabled several of the Council's largest cruisers, leaving them adrift and powerless. The human crew worked in perfect coordination, exploiting the weaknesses of alien ships and ensuring no opportunity was wasted. The Council's fleet, though large, could not respond effectively to the humans' unpredictable tactics. In the Council's central command, leaders argued, shouted, and panicked. They had underestimated humans for centuries, believing them weak and unimportant. Now they faced a species that could strike anywhere, move unpredictably, and dismantle fleets with intelligence rather than sheer numbers. Fear and confusion dominated their decisions, weakening their authority and control. On Aurora's Wrath, Hagen addressed his crew. This is the culmination of our strategy. Strike decisively, show human strength, and then retreat before they can respond. Let them understand that Earth is a force they cannot ignore. Jisu nodded. We will leave them with no doubt. Mina smiled. And they will wonder how a single ship accomplished so much. The warship struck quickly, targeting the remaining command ships and critical energy hubs. Alien crews could only watch as their fleet disintegrated under precise, calculated attacks. Aurora's Wrath never stayed in one place long enough to be attacked effectively. The humans had learned patience and timing, using it to dominate without overexposing themselves. After delivering the decisive strike, Hagen ordered the warship to retreat and cloak once more. The Council fleets were left in chaos, their command structure crippled, and their pride shattered. Humans had proven that intelligence, strategy, and courage could overcome even the largest fleets. Back on Earth, humans watched the final operation unfold. Scientists, engineers, and officers celebrated the successful completion of the mission. Aurora's Wrath had become a symbol of human ingenuity, courage, and unity. The humans had shown the galaxy that they were not only capable of defending their planet, but also of shaping events across space. Hagen, Jisu, and Mina reflected on their mission. We have done more than strike fear, Hagen said. We have proven that humans are clever, strategic, and unstoppable when united. The Council will never see us the same way again. Jisu smiled. They will think twice before challenging Earth. Mina nodded. And we have saved lives by targeting only what was necessary. The Council will remember our discipline as well as our power. Aurora's Wrath slipped into the darkness of space once again, cloaked and unseen. The humans had achieved their goal, a decisive victory that demonstrated their power and intelligence. The Galaxy Council had learned that Earth was a force to be respected, and the humans had begun their journey as masters of strategy and guardians of their planet. The stars shone quietly as the warship continued its patrols, ready to act whenever necessary. Humans had arrived on the galactic stage not through sheer numbers, but through ingenuity, courage, and the will to protect their world. Aurora's Wrath was not just a warship. It was a symbol of humanity's rise, a reminder that Earth could stand against any force, and a message to the galaxy that humans were not to be underestimated. Hagen looked at the stars and thought of the future. We have shown them today, but this is just the beginning. Humans will continue to grow, to explore, and to defend what is theirs. The galaxy will know our name. Jisoo and Mina shared a quiet smile. They understood the responsibility and the hope they carried. Together with Aurora's Wrath, humans had begun a new chapter in their history. A chapter where courage, intelligence, and unity could challenge even the greatest powers in the universe. The galaxy had been warned, and Earth had emerged victorious.